My name's Josh, my territory is Porirua, just north of Wellington, here in New Zealand. I've been with Jim's 2.5 years now. Just clicked over 2.5 years last month. Prior to that I had a couple of different jobs around the place which have actually just helped me a lot in terms of previous contacts and knowing people, and everybody knows somebody somewhere, which is always handy to have. So that was a nice sort of leg up at the start, I guess you could say. Prior to this, I was a construction recruiter, supplying basically long-term labour hire to a lot of the commercial construction companies in Wellington. At my peak, I probably had about 150 guys underneath me. I had enough of working 80 hours a week and trying to balance weekend work with working during the week and having a young family at the time as well. During lockdown I sort of had the opportunity, which a lot of dads I guess don't get, was to be with my daughter from being 5 weeks old. Had 5 weeks with her, which during that time just made me think there's got to be more to actually getting what you want out of your workplace, rather than having to miss out on the time that you get. And for me, just having the ability to make your own schedule and have the time that you don't necessarily get when you're working full time for somebody, that's what really just tipped me over the edge into looking for my own sort of run of my own race, I guess you could say. Admittedly I did. Jim's probably actually wasn't the first choice. I met with a number of other sort of franchise groups in different sort of areas. Definitely was leaning in towards the stuff that I could sort of have around commercial construction, even civil construction, because in my previous job I had guys on civil sites. And I think at the end of the day, once I run the numbers and did everything, once I sat down and after I'd sort of been through 3 or 4 different sort of options, I guess you could say, this one, just the numbers for me. I'm a numbers guy, I like the numbers, so that's just what, again, tipped me over the edge and thought, I'll lean into that. And then obviously having previous contacts and clients really helped me out in terms of being able to pick up the phone. And I kept my phone number, so it was still me ringing them, which was nice as well. So they were still picking up the phone saying, "Hey Josh, how are you?" And I said, "Good, just got something different to show you now." So we have obviously the electrical test and tag services, which is our bread and butter, but we also incorporate portable fire safety as well. So the electrical test and tag side of things is basically anything with a plug on the end of it. We can test and tag for you, make sure it's safe to operate, safe to use, and then depending on what the environment is that it is sort of living in, I guess, dictates the length of time that it is sort of good for want of a better term. Me working in commercial construction mostly is every 3 months, which is always nice as well, because then every 3 months you've sort of got that guaranteed workload to plan for. With the portable fire safety stuff, mostly fire extinguishers in truth, supplying, servicing, maintaining fire extinguishers, and then even can lean into sort of installations into vehicles and wherever they might need to be. The biggest job I've probably got at the moment is probably one of my construction sites. It's about 800 tags. So doing that's just one site for one company, which I do half a dozen of their sites. Probably about 800 total. I think one of the big ones is, for me personally anyway, the customer service. I like to talk, whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not sure. The premium service as well, with the premium equipment that we use in order to get the most detailed tests and test results possible. Providing that service as well, whereas a lot of companies here in New Zealand still like to use the on-site electrician or something, but for them time is money, so a lot of these guys want us to be in and out of site as quick as possible, and also I think the fact that we don't charge an hourly rate just per tag, so that works both ways. I try to get through the work quicker because then that makes my hourly rate look better, and then there's no hidden costs as well. Everybody knows the costs up front. I've got clients that use me for everything. I've just had a client recently who I've just had to install 50 fire extinguishers in utes, but I also do all of their on-site equipment, all of their mobile plant, everything that is possible that they need that I can provide a service for. I'm their one-stop shop. Compared to previously, there's no contest. As I mentioned before, it's sort of the time that I get to spend with them. Time's the biggest thing for me. Having a 1 and a 3-year-old, It's not often you get to see them grow up as much as I get to. Not having to work weekends anymore, which is ideal. Still get to go and play golf if I get a free afternoon or whatever it might be. And I think, yeah, just for me, like, yeah, time is the biggest factor. Just can't get that back. In terms of myself, I have a completely full book. A couple of months ago, I had to take myself off leads because I am completely chocker. 2 years and 4 months to a full book. I'm not complaining. And then, yeah, it's also helping out the other guys around as well. You know, there's a lot of collaboration between all of the guys that are in and around the area, especially when it comes to big jobs as well. We like to sort of get in and help with each other because then it just gets it done and out of the way. Yeah, I can't keep up. I can't keep up. There's that much work. Yeah, okay, yeah, so obviously I deal a lot of construction. Knowing construction managers, knowing site managers, they just want short, concise, simple answers. So that's what I try to give them without trying to give the big sales spiel and whatever it might be. I think, yeah, like, it just makes life easy if you're making their life easy, I guess. If you want to request a free quote any time of the day, usually the phone's almost always on, give us a call 0800 454 654 or visit jimstestandtag.co.nz.